What's up, y'all? We're back in the shop today. We are actually working on my 95 SS Impala, which you guys love. A couple people at the meet in Nashville said, man, we love your videos, but you don't ever show yourself working on your car. I was like, okay, that's fair. So I'm actually waiting on a few parts for a couple projects I got. So today's kind of a slow day. There's not much I can do. So taking this opportunity to address some things on my car that I've noticed since I've been driving it, since I got it back out of paint. Two things right off the rip. My cooling system is giving me some random issues. Every once in a while, it'll pop the cap and you see it blows rust water all over the place. It doesn't do it all the time. Some days I'll drive it, it'll stay cool, run at about 179 all day in traffic and everything. And then other times it'll shoot all the way up, create an air bubble and start acting crazy. So we're gonna, right now I have a 93 Caprice radiator in it. I've had it since 2020, since I did the initial swap. We're gonna be putting back in the stock 95 Impala radiator and putting the coolant overflow bottle. So that should help us with any air bubbles and stuff like that we get. Second issue, we need AC. It is like, it's not hot, but you know, if you roll the windows down and roll, it's not too bad. But if you're trying to roll with the windows up, it's hot. And I've mentioned on my channel before, all my cars have to have AC. I've never put AC in this car since I did the swap. Since I pulled the LT1 in 2020, this car's never had AC. So it's time. The first thing we're going to do is swap the EVAP core, which is the EVAP core that's in the dash. So as you can see there, those are the openings. They've been open since 2020. So there's probably all kinds of moisture and debris and all that stuff like that. And moisture is the killer of an AC system. So I have a new one. So the main reason I hadn't put AC in it is because I've been putting off changing that. We already got a new AC condenser, and I put this in here a couple years ago and it's been sealed off the whole time. So that's good to go. I'm currently now trying to track down a accumulator dryer for up here. I have the lines and I'll show you those. So I've been collecting and hoarding all the lines that I need right up here. These are actually some custom lines that were made for the 5.7 car that I put the Holly kit on. So he had the same accessory brackets that I did, but once we changed it over to the Holly stuff, he no longer needed these lines. So I went ahead and held on to them, and I'm going to use them on my car. So they're basically just, it's a custom line. So you got your one line that goes to the condenser, and then I already have this factory hard line that goes all the way over, and then you have the line that goes from the compressor into the dryer, and it's just shorter than using the factory line. We got a compressor on here. I think this compressor is good. I don't even know where it came from, but it's pretty much been on here. I'm pretty sure it's good because I sealed it up, but I do have a brand new compressor as well that I may just throw in here instead of using this one, since I don't know too much about it. But I have a brand new one that I can put in here. So we'll be adding a brand new compressor. We'll be adding the EVAP core, and then we'll be adding the accumulator and dryer. And we will need to relocate this distribution block for the sound system. All I'm going to do is just move it down. I'm going to unzip tie these, or just move them down and just move it on the other side down here. And it should be fine, should fit still. So I'm waiting to work up the courage to get under the dash and do that EVAP core. I've never done an EVAP core. I've done several heater cores, and I'm assuming it's the same process, but I'm gonna walk you guys through it. And I'm also gonna show you what else we're doing to the car today. All right, so first things first, what I do, same with the heater core. You can either take the passenger seat out, or just unbolt it. I normally unbolt it and just move it back. I'm a big guy, so I need a little bit of room. If you're a little smaller, you might be able to get in there without that, but I definitely need it. So get that unbolted, then I'll show you how to get it out underneath. All right, so there's a bracket here. Once you get the this plastic piece off, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws that are, what size are these? 7/32, I think. Yep, 7/32. And If you've never taken this out before, it is a pain. This one's been removed before, so I didn't put all the screws back in. But yeah, when all the screws are in there, the first time this comes out, it is a job. But just fight with it, you'll get it. And now I'm pulling the condenser down, but look at all these old leaves and stuff in there. So that could be why, if you're not getting really cold AC or something like that, that could be part of it. So I should put more mat here, but I'm just gonna hit it with the, try to get this thing out of there. Probably gonna be all kinds of bugs and all kinds of stuff in there. Let's see if we can get this thing out of there. There we go. Woo-wee. Get a picture of this for the thumbnail. Oh my God. Look at this. Yeah, make sure you got a vacuum when you do this. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. All that stuff was up in there, so get a vacuum in there and clean all that out. Oh, look, we can see the back of the AC compressor through the hole. All right, let me get a vacuum all this up, and then I'll put the new one in. Here's our new evaporator core from, I ordered this one from Rock Auto. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks. Putting it in is just putting it in is just the reverse of taking it out. So we'll go ahead and get this set in there. We'll get the bracket put back on and then move on to the next step. Well, in order to get the condenser back in, I had to fold the carpet back so I had enough clearance to put it down and get it in there. Once I did that though, it went right in. So now we got that bracket in place, and basically we just got this nut, this bolt here that we got to put in, and that is it. Screw that in, and then everything else is in place. And you can see my heater core is new. I changed that back in probably 2018, so yeah, quite some time ago. May have been 2017 actually, or early 2018. I want to say I did that. So now we got a new EVAP core, so let's go ahead and get that screwed in, and then we'll put the rest of the car back together. All right, so it's the next day. We got the accumulator dryer. So this is it here. This is the part number that I got. This was from O'Reilly's, and this was the missing piece of the puzzle. So it cost me 30 bucks. And here it is. And I broke the other, so this was what I had broke in the previous video. I don't know where this leg is, but this leg broke off the GoPro that I'm using right now. So I actually broke it the same way. So now I don't have a tripod while I was recording. I mean, to record, so I gotta hold it all the time now. But here's what we needed. This will sit up here, and then we'll start connecting the lines. I'm also gonna be changing my radiator, and like I said, switching back to the 96 Impala radiator, or 95 Impala, same one. And I have one here, but it's a little beat up, so I don't wanna have to do this again. I mean, I'm pretty sure that one's fine, but I just don't want to go through it again. So what I'm going to end up doing is ordering an aluminum one before I do all that. So I'm gonna run the aluminum one. I'll use the same fans and shroud because it should fit on there just fine. I got one over here that a customer sent. I'll be putting this in an Impala. It's a little different because the inlets are on both sides, so that's going to be interesting messing with that. But on this one, I'm going to leave this one in here for now. It actually has been doing pretty good. I haven't had any issues with overheating in a few days. I mean, I put, probably about 300 or 400 miles on it. No, maybe not that many. Well, maybe like 300 miles, because I mean, I drove from just across the border of Georgia all the way to Nashville, Tennessee, then all the way home from Nashville, Tennessee. I drove it to the shop yesterday and home, drove it today, and the temperature has been doing good. So it does that, and then one day randomly it'll start overheating. So, and then what I have to do is it creates an air bubble somewhere, and I have to pull this upper radiator hose off, lift it up, fill it, put it back, and then it's fine again. So I'm just tired of doing that. And then I need to put another, I need to make a better harness for the fans and just go in and clean some stuff up. This was just temporary to get it going. So first things first, let's swap out this AC compressor. I have a brand new one sitting right here. So we got a brand new AC compressor sitting here. We got a brand new accumulator sitting here. We got a brand new evaporator core in the dash. We got a brand new AC condenser. It's been in here for 3 years, but it's brand new. Never been opened or anything like that. So we should be good. We got our custom lines over here, and these are pretty new. They were only on the customer's car for a couple days before we switched to the Holly setup. So we got the lines, we got the little fitting for the back of the compressor. We got our hard line that goes from the AC condenser all the way to the EVAP core. So I think we're good if all goes well. Should finally have AC in this thing. Now we got the compressors in, belts back on. These little fancy fittings were what the AC shop had made and used for this setup. So I'm just going to use the same thing. We got our mounting bracket in for the accumulator. What I'm working now is running this hard line from the AC EVAP core to the condenser, and then we'll work on all the soft lines after that. And these are, so basically you'd have these two. This one would run from the AC compressor to the accumulator. This one would run from the AC compressor to the condenser. And then we should have one more. Oh, here it is. Should be this one. Yep. And then we got this one that runs from the accumulator to the AC condenser. And so we'll change the O-rings on this one, and we'll start running our lines and getting it going. All right, so I got ahead of myself. I was on the phone and doing the other stuff and forgot to pick the camera back up, but we got all the AC lines in. We got both lines to the condenser, one line to the compressor out to the accumulator into the EVAP core. Both lines are hooked up. What I have to do now is kind of relocate this a little bit. I'm probably just going to mount it up here or something. I got to work that out. And also I have to extend, this is the compressor wire. Originally this car it came with the right plug, which is this one here. but I cut it for whatever reason, so I have to extend it. So I have an old harness over there I just cut it off of. We'll extend it, so that's what I'm doing here, making an extender. And then I also need to extend the AC high pressure, because it's just right here, so I need to run all the way to this port here. Once I do that, I will hook up the vacuum gauge, we will charge it, and hope for the best. So that's where I'm at now. And you know, sorry for not filming. And I had to take the battery out because it was just in the way getting to these ports here on the condenser. And I figured out my overheating issue. It's the cap. So I'm going to put a new cap on it. While I was working, I could hear air escaping out of here. So I think that's the problem, because I never had overheating issues with this car before, and it just randomly started one day. So I think the cap, there's an issue with this radiator cap. So I'm going to swap it for now. If it still gives me issues, then I'll still go ahead and put a new radiator in it and all that. But I need to go cut the high pressure sensor plug off of the harness and extend it to here. We'll get this crimped in here. This will plug into the AC compressor down here, and hopefully we'll be blowing snowballs soon. All right, reason why I hate doing AC, it's leaking from something by the condenser, and I can't figure it out. It's pissing me off, and this is why I hate doing AC. That's why I don't do AC. I hate doing it because I don't know, like all the other things is sealed. It's the left side on the port that connects this line to the EVAP core. I mean, it's a major leak coming out of there, and I've took it off like 3 or 4 times, changed the O-ring, put it back on, try to seal it different ways, and it's a major leak, and I don't know what the hell's going on. So I give up. I'm gonna leave it alone before I get frustrated even more and go work on something else. What the hell is that? Oh, dragonfly. It's huge. Look at that thing. But yeah, so that's it for this one. Maybe I'll have an update at some point when I actually do get it working. But this video was mainly how to change the EVAP core. I just added all this other stuff because I was doing it. So whenever I figure it out, I'll post another video. Catch you all in the next one.